The year's 1994, and you want to buy a Nissan car, but you're not going to leave your house. I mean, we have technology. So instead, you'll go on the internet and pull up Nissan.com, right? Well,
What the hell is that?
Nissan Computer Corporation, a small business located in North Carolina. Somehow they got control of Nissan.com before, the car company. But it wouldn't be long before Nissan Motor took notice. And by take notice, I of course mean take Nissan Computer to court and drag it on for almost a decade. This is the battle for Nissan.com, a tale of how one man stood up against a large corporation in court and won.
From humble beginnings.
In 1991, a man named Uzi Nissan started up Nissan Computer Corporation. He'd been using his last name for his business ventures since the early 80s, even before Nissan was known as Nissan here in the States. Back then, they were still largely known as Datsun. Now by 94, the internet wasn't quite ubiquitous, but it was catching on. Uzi figured a website wouldn't be a bad idea, so he registered Nissan.com. As for why Nissan Motor didn't have a website yet, we don't really know. But, as the saying goes,
You snows, you lows.
but of course, Nissan Motor would want to join the internet eventually, and they'd want to use Nissan.com, so in 1995, they sent Uzi a letter. They expressed their concern over his use of the name Nissan in his domain name, since they technically own the rights to use the word Nissan on its own. He promptly ignored them though, and also registered Nissan.net in 1996. What a guy. Fast forward to 1999, and Nissan decided to take a more direct approach. They sent a representative over to North Carolina to open negotiations with Uzi. Naturally, he turned them away, but they just came back 2 months later. And this time, they refused to leave until Uzi named a price. But much like the Milk.com guy, he quite liked his website and wasn't going to give it up for any small sum. So he told them $15 million. Do you understand now? I don't want to sell. Well, they left straight away, but 2 minutes later, Uzi got a call. Nissan Motor sued Nissan Computer for 3 reasons. Trademark infringement, because they technically own the rights to the word Nissan by itself while Uzi did not. Trademark dilution, because Uzi's website ran ads, specifically ads about cars. Fair enough, I mean, people were going to Nissan.com, seeing ads about cars, and they weren't Nissan cars. And finally, cyber swatting, which was clearly not true. I mean, Uzi was actually using his website for his business, so this charge was dropped quickly. New Year's came and went, and thankfully the world didn't explode. The court orders Uzi to add a disclaimer to Nissan.com stating that it's not affiliated with the car company and providing a link to their website. Come 2002, the court reaches a verdict. They find Uzi's website guilty of trademark infringement and ban him from using it for commercial purposes. He also can't badmouth Nissan on it or run ads. Both Nissans appeal this decision, as the car company still wants the website, and as for Uzi,
Today I can tell you that it ruined every aspect of my life. Financially, family, your health, everything.
at this point Uzi basically had nothing to lose, so in 2004 the battle escalated to the Court of Appeals. Nissan Motor owned the trademark for the word Nissan by itself, but in order for this trademark to be protected from dilution, it needed to be considered famous before 1991, which was the year Nissan Computer was established. Now how do you do that? I don't know. And neither did the court because they couldn't reach a verdict. Instead, they sent it back to the district court. Now it's 2007. This whole thing's been going on since 1995. Uzi Nissan's life has basically been ruined by now. In their initial lawsuit back in 99, Nissan Motor demanded $10 million in damages. They decided they would finally drop that claim in exchange for a bench trial. If you don't know what a bench trial is, it's a quick, informal trial where the judge alone asks questions, pieces info together, and makes the final decision. It's a lot easier to be screwed over that way, and Nissan Motor was banking on it. But thankfully, Uzi actually ended up winning. He was once again allowed to use Nissan.com for his business, run ads, and publicly insult Nissan Motor. The court even awarded him $58,000 to help make up for the $3 million he spent in court fees. Cool. So naturally, Uzi made sure that anyone who came to his website after this point was well aware of the lawsuit. And that was pretty much where this story ended, until recently. Uzi himself sadly passed away from COVID in 2020, but his estate remained dedicated to keeping his website up and running. That was until it was stolen. Yeah, seriously, sometime in 2022, a thief impersonated Uzi's family and took ownership of the website. Since then, the website's seen a couple different changes. At one point, everything was removed except the contact info, and then it came back except it was a static image of what the website used to be, and then it was an ad for an AI radio station, and now it's nothing. I'm not sure if Nissan Computer's even a thing anymore, but I hope Uzi's estate can regain control of his website. I mean, he literally ruined his whole life trying to save it. I think it's the least they could do.